I'm standing in my parents' living room, and I can tell right away something's off. The air feels heavy, almost sticky, with some tension I can't name. Mom and Dad are sitting on the couch, rigid as statues, hands folded like they're bracing for a eulogy. Sophia's on the ottoman, dabbing her eyes with a tissue, but honestly, her mascara hasn't budged. Liam's over by the window, arms crossed, giving off the kind of smug calm you only get when you've never really had to deal with consequences. Thanks for coming on such short notice, sweetheart. Mom's voice is all sugar and caution, the tone she saves for big asks. I drop into the armchair across from them, my work bag still slung over my shoulder. You said it was urgent. Dad clears his throat, eyes glued to the carpet. That's not normal. My dad's always looked me in the eye, even when things were messy, once during the sex talk, another time after I crashed his truck at 17. Not today. Mom sits up straighter. Sophia and Liam are losing the house. It hits me like ice water. I blink, trying to catch up, while Sophia's tissue floats back up to her face. The bank gave us 30 days, Liam says, way too casual, like he's talking about a late Amazon delivery instead of total financial disaster. I glance at my sister. She won't meet my eyes. Mom goes on, we've already helped as much as we can. We took $50,000 from our 401k last month. My stomach drops. 50 grand. Their whole retirement safety net. Dad built that over 30 years gone. We need you to cover the rest, Mom says. $100,000. The number just hangs there, buzzing in my ears. I grip the armrest, feeling the room tilt a little. $100,000. I echo. Mom nods. I know it's a lot, she says, and her voice isn't apologetic. It's expectant, like she assumes I'll say yes. But family takes care of family. Dad's still staring at the carpet, like he's searching for answers in the fibers. I wanted to use the lake house as collateral, he mumbles. But my credit, he trails off. I know why. He co-signed that loan for Sophia 3 years ago, the one she defaulted on. Wrecked his credit for good. My eyes drift to the coffee table, and there it is, Sophia's handbag. Not just any bag. Valentino Garavani, cream leather, gold hardware. I know because a partner at my office has the same one. For grand easy. Then I spot her hands, nails perfect, that kind of gel polish and nail art that costs at least $80. Liam's key fob sits next to her bag, the Ford Raptor logo catching the light. That truck? I've seen it. Fully loaded, leased, probably $85K. The ringing in my ears gets louder. When did you buy that bag? I blurt out. Sophia's eyes go wide. What? The Valentino. When did you get it? She looks at Mom, then at Liam. It was a gift. For my birthday. Your birthday was 2 months ago. My voice is calm, the same one I use when the numbers don't add up at work. 2 months ago, and you were already behind on the mortgage? Liam pushes off the wall. We had some unexpected expenses. What kind of expenses? Silence. Mom's jaw clenches. She looks thrown, like this wasn't in the script. Something shifts in me, like a lock turning. I remember being 17, the 4th of July barbecue, all the aunts and uncles at the picnic table while I picked up trash. Mom's voice floating across the yard. Sophia is the star who needs a stage. Elena? She's the foundation. She'll always be there to hold everything up when it falls. Everyone laughed. I laughed too. That's what you do when someone assigns you a role in front of the whole family. You smile, you pick up the trash, and you keep holding everything up. I'm 32 and I'm still picking up trash. My hands start to shake, so I press them flat on my thighs. I need full access to every bank account and credit card statement before I transfer anything. Mom just stares at me stunned. This wasn't supposed to happen. Excuse me? Sophia's voice goes sharp, almost hurt. You don't trust your own sister? I trust data, I say. My voice comes out steadier than I thought it would. No access. No money. Liam steps forward, and I know that look. He's about to explain things like I'm a child. Elena, I think you're misunderstanding the situation. This is about family, not some corporate audit. I stand up. He actually backs away a little. I audit corporations for a living. If you want $100,000 out of me, I audit you first. Honey, my mom jumps in, but I'm already heading for the door. Send me the login info for everything. Bank accounts, credit cards, investments, all of it. I stop with my hand on the doorknob. Otherwise, let the bank foreclose. You figure it out yourselves. I walk out before anyone can stop me. Before Mom can start in with the guilt. Before Sophia cries. Before Liam gives me another lecture about money, like I don't make twice his salary. My car feels like a safe zone. I grip the steering wheel. My hands go stiff and white. I breathe. Every muscle's buzzing, adrenaline running wild. But under the fear, under all the old training screaming at me to be the good daughter, write the check, apologize, there's something else. Something that feels almost like freedom. The next morning, I call Mom. Coffee in hand. I stare out at the city through my kitchen window. My voice is soft, easy. I sound exactly how she expects. Mom, I want to help. The words taste metallic. I just need the login details to set this up right. Minimize taxes for everyone. She pauses. I can almost hear her recalculating, deciding if she believes me. Of course, sweetheart. Suddenly, she sounds relieved. She thinks she's won. I'll text everything right now. Thanks, Mom. I hang up fast, before I lose my nerve, before she says something that cracks the act. Noah's standing in the doorway with his coffee, watching. He's seen this before the switch. The way my whole body changes. He calls it my forensic accountant mode. You okay? He asks. I will be. My phone buzzes. Text from Mom. Screenshots of logins, passwords, security questions, the whole thing. All laid out, like a prize. Because she thinks she's won. I sit at the dining table. Laptop open. Legal pad ready. Noah sits across from me, quiet, but there. The first account loads, joint checking for Sophia and Liam. 3 hours disappear. My spreadsheet fills up, transaction by transaction. My handwriting gets small and sharp as the evidence piles up. Cabo San Lucas Resort and Spa, 15 grand. 3 months ago. The same month their mortgage bounced. I pull up Liam's freelance tax return. There it is, buried in deductions, business conference. The IRS would eat this alive. Noah, I say, voice flat. Look at this. He leans over, reads, and his face goes hard. They went to Cabo while they were missing mortgage payments. It gets worse. I open another tab. Crypto Futures LLC, a company that doesn't even exist anymore. $40,000, gone in 3 chunks, all from their joint account. All losses. Did Sophia know? Noah asks. I scroll through her credit card statements. Designer stuff. Spa days. Subscription boxes. Nothing about crypto. No sign she knew about the losses. I don't think so. But honestly, that almost makes it worse. Liam blowing $40,000 behind her back, Sophia maxing out cards on handbags. It all clicks as I go through 6 months of statements. Minimum payments. Late fees everywhere. Interest piling up. And still, 6 grand at Nordstrom, 5 at Sephora, 4 for new furniture. They spent like lottery winners, not people drowning in debt. I close the tab. My eyes sting from the screen. The evidence is right there, the Cabo trip, the crypto losses, the lies. They're not just reckless. They're lying. To everyone. Even each other. Noah looks up from his laptop. He's been pulling up info on secured loans for me. I want to drive over there right now. No, Elena. Don't. I shut my laptop. Stand. Move to the window. The table behind me is covered in printouts, a paper trail of chaos and manipulation. I'm not confronting them. Not yet. Not until I have all the leverage I need. What are you thinking? I turn back to look at him. Morning sun hits the spreadsheet just right, and the numbers almost glow. This isn't some rescue mission. It's a full-on hostile takeover of my bank account. Everything's so clear now. Sharp. Like a scalpel. They already blew through Mom and Dad's retirement. Now it's my turn. If I write this check, there'll be another emergency in 6 months. And then another. They'll drain me dry. Noah folds his arms. So, what's the move? I'm not saving them. Saying it out loud feels right, finally honest. I'm restructuring them. He gives a slow nod. You need a lawyer, he says. I need collateral, I reply. I grab my phone and start jotting down notes. Secured loan. Real consequences if they default. I want them to actually think before buying another handbag while they're behind on bills. Their lake house. I catch Noah's eye. He gets it. That place means everything to my family. Summer weekends, 4th of July, the dock where Dad taught me to fish. It's all tied to that house. It's the last thing they own that matters. He just says, yeah, your mom's gonna lose it. My mom took $50,000 from their 401k without even asking me, I say, pulling the laptop toward me. She made her choice. Now I'm making mine. Noah reaches across the table and covers my hand with his. You're not being cruel. You're being sane. Something in my chest lets go, just a little. It's like getting permission I didn't even know I needed. I know, I say, but my stomach flips. My hands shake just thinking about actually reading these terms out loud. 32 years of habits don't vanish in a weekend. The rest of the afternoon, I'm buried in research, loan structures, default clauses, collateral. Noah cooks dinner, but I barely taste anything. By midnight, I'm still at the table, drafting terms. 9% interest. Monthly payments. 30-day default. The lake house deed in escrow. My phone sits face down next to the laptop. 6 missed calls from Mom. 4 texts from Sophia. I ignore them. Noah shows up with chamomile tea. You should sleep. Soon. He kisses my head. I'll go with you. When you do this. Whatever you need. I need to do it alone. Okay. He doesn't argue, just squeezes my shoulder and heads to bed. I save the document, close the laptop, and stare at my reflection in the dark window. The foundation they built all their expectations on is shifting. They just don't know it yet. Tuesday morning. I'm at my desk, reviewing quarterly statements, when a Facebook notification pops up on my phone. Mom has posted a photo. I click and my chest tightens. It's from 5 years ago, a summer barbecue at the lake house. We're all crammed onto the dock, sunburned and smiling. Dad's arm around Mom. Sophia and me on either side, the perfect family. The caption says, family sticks together through everything. Family first. She's tagged me. Public, of course. My phone buzzes. Text from cousin Rachel, who I haven't spoken to in 3 years. Your mom said you're helping Sophia. That's so generous. Another buzz, Aunt Linda. Family is everything. So proud of you. I set the phone down and just breathe. 47 comments already. Mom's rallying the family troops, painting me as the hero before I've agreed to anything. She's writing a story where saying no makes me the villain. Phone rings, Liam's number. I almost let it go to voicemail, but stop myself. Know your enemy. Keep records. Elena. Hey, glad I caught you. His voice oozes that fake cheer salespeople use. Listen, I've been thinking about your situation and wanted to help you see the investment opportunity here. I pull up a blank doc and start typing. Timestamp. 10:47 a.m. Go on. So, the crypto thing. I know it looks bad on paper, but you have to understand market cycles. Bitcoin's just in a dip right now. If you invested, say, 60 grand, I could double that in 6 months. Maybe triple it. I type exactly what he says. You're suggesting I give you $60,000 to invest in cryptocurrency. Not give. Invest. Big difference. He laughs like we're in on some joke. I've got connections in the space. I know when to buy low. The same connections that lost you 40 grand? I ask. There's a beat of silence. That was a different situation, he says, sliding back into smooth mode. Learning experience. But hey, if you're not interested in growing your wealth, no pressure. Just thought I'd offer. Thanks for the offer, I say, my voice like ice. I'll keep it in mind. I hang up, save the document. My evidence folder just keeps growing. My hands are steady now. 3 o'clock. I present my findings to the audit committee. $9 million missing from a pharmaceutical company's R&D budget. I walk them through my analysis, field the legal team's questions, never flinch. Back at my desk, it hits me. If I can stare down lawyers who try to excuse corporate fraud, I can handle my sister's drama. Thursday night, I'm folding laundry when the doorbell rings. I peek out the window, there's Sophia, planted on my porch. Head to toe Lululemon, hair done in those perfect, expensive waves. She looks like someone who's never had a bad day. I open the door. Hey. She breezes right past me, doesn't even wait for an invite. I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd stop by. Her neighborhood's 40 minutes away. She definitely didn't just happen to be here. Want some coffee? I ask. No. I'm doing this no caffeine thing. She drops onto my couch, tucks her legs under her like it's her place. So, I wanted to talk about Sunday. I sit in the armchair across from her. Wait. She presses on. Mom's really stressed. Like, really stressed. And I know you're mad about the money thing, but you have to understand, Mom and Dad sacrificed everything for us. Everything. That word lands hard. Sacrificed. And suddenly, I'm 14 again, sitting in Dr. Morrison's office, jaw aching from the metal expander they stuck in my mouth 6 months earlier. He'd taken fresh x-rays, squinted at them, then shook his head. The crowding's getting worse. We need to start braces soon. Out in the hallway, Mom and Dad whispered. $5,500. We just don't have it right now, sweetie. So I wore that expander for another year, metal digging into my palate, headaches every night, my smile tight-lipped in every school photo. 2 months later, Sophia came home waving forms for elite cheer camp. 2 weeks in Colorado. Special coaching, Olympic choreographers. It could really take my career to the next level, she'd said. She was 12. The camp cost $5,500. Exactly. Mom wrote the check that afternoon. I got braces at 22. Paid for Invisalign myself. Wore them for 18 months. Every day, a little reminder of whose potential counted. Elena. Sophia's waving at me. You're spacing out. I snap back. She's staring, impatient. Sorry. You were saying. I was saying Mom and Dad gave up everything. And now you're making this so hard. Why? Her voice goes up, eyes wet. Don't you care about family? Family. There it is again. I want to ask her what my potential was worth. If she ever noticed the braces I never had. I want to scream that her potential cost me everything from my teeth to my sanity. But I don't. Because if I break now, she'll run straight to Mom. Then they'll regroup, find new pressure points, try again. I need her to think I'm still the foundation. Stable, dependable. The thing you walk on. I know exactly what family costs in this household, Sophia. My voice is flat. I'll see you Sunday. She blinks, thrown. What's that supposed to mean? It means I'll see you Sunday. Her tears come right on cue. You're being so cold. This isn't like you. I say nothing. She tries again, voice cracking. Elena. Please. We're losing everything. Still nothing from me. Her tears dry up quick, replaced by anger. You know what? Maybe Mom was right. Maybe you do think you're better than us now. Sunday. 2 o'clock. I stand, open the door. She looks at me like she doesn't know me, grabs her purse, storms out, heels slamming against the walkway. Through the window, I watch her get in her car. She's already texting before she even pulls away. Reporting back to headquarters, probably. Elena's acting weird. Elena's cold. Elena's not caving to the usual tricks. Good. I close the door and lean against it, heart pounding. It's not fear. It's something else. Something that feels a lot like power. Noah comes home an hour later, finds me on the couch with a glass of wine, staring at nothing. Rough day. He sits next to me. Sophia stopped by. His jaw tightens. And? I tell him about her visit. The act. The memory I left out. He listens, then says, you know they'll escalate, right? Let them. I take a sip. I've seen their finances. Every card they're holding. They're playing poker, and I can see their hand reflected in the window behind them. So what's your move? Sunday, I give them exactly what they asked for. I look at him. Just not in the form they expect. He studies my face. You've got your plan. I've got the kind of financial insight they'd never guess I have. I smile, but it doesn't reach my eyes. I have enough money to buy out their debt and, honestly, to buy their loyalty too. Elena. They still think I'm their foundation. I set my wine glass down. Foundations don't bend, Noah. They crack whatever's spilt on top. My phone buzzes on the coffee table. It's Mom. I ignore it, just watching it ring until it finally stops. Then I grab my phone, open the Notes app, and start typing. Loan terms non-negotiable. Noah's reading over my shoulder. He doesn't say a word. Friday morning, I'm at the kitchen table with my laptop open and a cup of coffee going cold. There's nothing in the email draft but a blinking cursor. It feels like a countdown. Noah leans against the counter, watching me. "You sure about this?" he asks. They need to think they won. My fingers hover over the keys. If they even suspect I'm setting a trap, they'll call their lawyers or disappear. So I write like I'm handling live explosives. I've liquidated some assets. I'll be there Sunday at 2 p.m. with the solution. Vague, so I look beat. Specific, so they're locked in. That's it? Noah asks. No explanation? Explanations just give them room to argue. I add Mom, Dad, Sophia, and Liam to the recipient line. This sounds like surrender. That's exactly what they expect. My finger hangs over the send button. Once this is out, I can't walk it back. They'll pop champagne. They'll blow money they don't have. I'll track every penny. I hit send. The email whooshes away. Something settles in my chest, not peace exactly. More like the quiet before you blow up a building. Phase 1 done. I shut the laptop. Now I wait for them to hang themselves. 20 minutes later, I'm driving to the office when my phone rings. Mom again. Right on cue. She couldn't even wait an hour. I let it ring 3 times before picking up. Can't sound desperate. Hi, Mom. Elena, sweetheart. Relief drips from her voice. I got your email. I make my voice soft, apologetic. I play the daughter she wants. I've been thinking about what you said. About family. I knew you'd come around. There it is, that smugness. Like she's just won a game I never agreed to play. Your father and I raised you right. My jaw tightens, but I keep it sweet. Family is family. I'll help. Sunday at 2. Sunday at 2. We'll be ready. The silence on her end feels different now. She thinks she's won. She thinks I've finally accepted my place in propping up everyone else's mess. We're so proud of you, honey, she says. I swallow the bitter laugh crawling up my throat. See you Sunday, Mom. I hang up before she can say anything else. My hands are steady on the wheel, but my heart's pounding, hot and sharp with something way too close to anger. By lunch, the family group chat is blowing up. I'm not on it anymore, haven't been since I asked for their financial records. But I know what's happening. I can feel it, like static before a storm. What I don't know is that Mom types exactly what I predicted. She's bringing the money Sunday. Sophia answers with 4 champagne emojis and a party popper. Liam chimes in. Knew she'd fold eventually. But here's what I do know. They haven't changed a single password. Not one. They think I got what I needed last week and moved on. They have no idea I'm still watching. That night, I'm making dinner when my phone lights up. Liam's credit card, the one still linked to my app. My heart jumps as I open the notification. $500. Blackstone Steakhouse. Party of 4. 17 minutes ago. I set down the knife, just staring at the screen. They're out celebrating. Probably toasting family, responsibility, and whatever other stories they tell themselves. Noah comes up behind me, sees my face. What is it? I turn the phone so he can see. They're spending money they don't have because they think my check clears Monday. He reads the charge and his eyes go hard. $500 on dinner, and they're a month from foreclosure. To them, it's a victory lap. I screenshot the charge, drop it into my evidence folder. For me, it's Exhibit C, Saturday morning, another alert. For $100. Wave Rider Jet Ski Rentals. Deposit for next weekend. I'm sitting on the back deck when I get it, and I actually laugh. The sound is sharp and cold in the spring air, and it surprises me. They spent $900 in 18 hours? I turn to Noah, who's reading the paper next to me. On a celebration. On a whim. Honestly, that's sociopathic. He puts down the paper. They have no idea what consequences look like. Never had to, he says. I slide the jet ski receipt into my folder. Every time they mess up, someone saves them. Dad. Mom's 401k. Now it's me. Except, this time I'm not saving them. No, I say, sharper than I meant to. I'm restructuring them. Noah reaches over and takes my hand. You okay? Am I? I stare out the window, watch a cardinal land on the fence. 24 hours ago, I sent an email meant to manipulate my own family. Now I'm tracking their spending like I'm building a case. None of this feels like something a good daughter would do. But being a good daughter just means letting yourself get drained by people who love the idea of family more than the family itself. They spent $900 they don't have because they think I'll bail them out. That's all the confirmation I need. Saturday evening. I sit at my dining table, documents spread everywhere. The 3-ring binder Noah bought yesterday sits in the center, navy leather, gold corners, looks official. Serious. Tab 1, Financial Evidence. Every transaction, every lie, highlighted. Cabo trip. Crypto losses. Designer handbag. Now the steak dinner and jet skis. A timeline of recklessness any auditor would cry over. Tab 2, Loan terms. My lawyer went over them yesterday. The so-called chokehold clause. 9% interest. Steep, but not illegal. The parents' lake house in escrow as collateral. And the nuclear option buried in Section 7. 30 days late, and the deed transfers automatically. No court. No appeal. Just done. Tab 3, Quitclaim deed. Pre-drafted. Waiting for signatures. I read through the terms one last time. My professional side looking for loopholes. The Ford Raptor has to be sold in 60 days. Sale goes to the principal. Sophia needs to take the receptionist job I set up for her. Full-time. No exceptions. Let them enjoy that steak dinner, I mutter, closing the binder. It's the last one I'm paying for. Sunday morning rolls in, perfect weather. Sun's out, 72 degrees, not a cloud anywhere. The kind of day that makes you believe in good things. I dress for battle, charcoal suit, white blouse, barely there jewelry, low heels. I look exactly like what I am, someone who isn't messing around. Noah offers again. I should come with you. You shouldn't do this alone. But this is mine to handle. I grab the leather portfolio, feel its weight. They need to see I'm not the foundation holding them up anymore. I'm the architect now. The drive to my parents' house is 20 minutes. I put on Vivaldi, let the music settle my nerves. My breathing stays even. Controlled. When I pull up, Liam's Ford Raptor gleams in the driveway, freshly washed. I park behind it. Enjoy it while it lasts, I think. 30 days and it's up for sale. 60 and it's someone else's problem. Inside, I can see them through the window. Same as always, Mom and Dad on the couch, Sophia on the ottoman, Liam by the window. But now they're relaxed, confident. Mom laughs at something Dad says. Sophia scrolls on her phone, probably already planning how to spend money that isn't hers. Liam leans back, arms behind his head. He looks like someone who thinks he's untouchable. They have no clue what's coming. I grab the portfolio and check my reflection in the rearview mirror. My face is neutral. Professional. The mask I've worn for 12 years in conference rooms and depositions. I walk to the door. Through the glass, I see Mom spot me. Her face lights up with that big, relieved smile. The doorbell echoes through the house. She opens the door. Come in, sweetheart. We're so glad you're here. I step inside, portfolio in hand. The trap snaps shut behind me. The living room is exactly the same as it was 2 weeks ago. Same faded floral couch. Same coffee table with that stubborn water ring. Same family photos on the mantle, moments frozen in time from a version of us that maybe never really existed. Mom and Dad are on the couch, same spots as last time. Sophia's back on the ottoman, but she doesn't bother with the tissue now. She looks relaxed, confident, even. Liam's by the window, his reflection in the glass. He's grinning. They all think they've got this wrapped up. Coffee, sweetheart? Mom asks, half standing already. No, thank you. I set my leather portfolio down on the coffee table. It lands with a soft thud, but somehow it echoes through the whole room. Mom sits back and eyes the portfolio, like she's hoping there's a big check inside. Honestly, I think that's exactly what they expect. I take the same armchair as before. 2 weeks ago, I could barely hold myself together in the seat. My hands shook. My throat burned from holding back tears. Not today. I'm steady now. Before we go any further, I say, I want to show you something. I open the portfolio and pull out the first document. Bank statement. Heavyweight paper. My name in bold at the top. I slide it across the table. Sophia leans in, eyes wide. $5 million, I say, watching her reaction. Net worth. I want you to see I can help. The real question is, on what terms? Mom's face shifts. She looks almost proud, like I've just proven her right about something. See, she says. This is what happens when you act responsibly. This is what the foundation was meant to do. Liam leans in, too, and I swear I can see the dollar signs in his eyes. Jesus, Elena, he says. I had no idea you were sitting on that kind of money. We could really turn this into something. I'm not finished. My voice cuts him off, sharp. He stops. Next document. Transaction history, 3 pages, stapled, certain lines highlighted yellow. I slide it next to the bank statement. $15,000. Cabo Resort. 3 months ago. Silence slams down. $40,000. Crypto Futures LLC. Total loss. Nobody knew. Not even Sophia. Liam goes pale. Sophia looks at him, eyebrows pinched in confusion. $500. Blackstone Steakhouse. Friday night. For $100. Jet ski deposit. Yesterday. The air in the room gets thick. No one moves. You spent 15 grand on vacation while you were missing mortgage payments. My voice stays cool, almost clinical. Liam lost $40,000 gambling on crypto and hid it. You blew $900 partying this weekend on money you don't even have yet. Now wait just a minute, Liam tries to interrupt. I hold up my hand. I'm not finished. He shuts up. I reach in again. Loan agreement this time. Legal paper, numbered clauses, my attorney's initials everywhere. $100,000, I say. Principal. 9% interest annual. $1,800 due every month. Dad looks like he's about to pass out. Mom's jaw clenches. Collateral, I go on. The lake house. Quick claim deed, signed and placed in escrow right away. What? Mom's voice comes out thin, almost strangled. If you're more than 30 days late on a payment, I get the house automatically. No courts. I lay out the deed, 2 copies, both ready for signatures. Also, the Ford Raptor gets sold in the next 2 weeks. Proceeds go straight to the loan. Sophia starts as my firm's receptionist on Tuesday. $50,000 a year. Sophia makes a choking sound, half gasp, half sob. This is extortion. Mom's face is red, voice rising. You can't do this. I look right at her. Extortion is draining your parents' retirement and then demanding your sister cover the rest. This is a secured loan. Market rate, proper collateral. Sign it or don't. Those are your choices. You can't take Mom and Dad's house. Sophia's voice cracks. This time, she's really crying. That's their home. I'm not taking it, I say. I'm securing it. Make your payments, you keep the house. Miss one, it's mine. I let that hang there. With your history, this collateral makes sense. Dad doesn't move. He just stares at the deed, like he's afraid it'll catch fire. His hands settle on his knees, fingers twitching. Your father and I raised you better than this. Mom's voice cracks, that desperate edge that used to make me apologize on the spot. You raised me to be the foundation, I say. My words come out cold, steady. You said that at the barbecue when I was 17. Remember? Sophia was the star. I was the foundation. Something shifts in Mom's face. Recognition, then, maybe shame, flickering for a second before her jaw sets again. Foundations are cold. Hard. They don't move. That's the point. They hold everything up. You wanted a foundation? Here I am. I lean in and push the deed and pen across the table. The pen rolls, clicks against the paper. Sign. Or the bank forecloses tomorrow, and I buy a boat with my 100 grand. Time stretches out. 5 seconds, maybe more. Liam looks at Sophia. Sophia looks at Mom. Mom looks at Dad. Nobody offers an alternative. Nobody has any cards left. Dad grabs the pen first. His hand shakes so much I can hear the scratch of ink. He signs both copies, then sets the pen down like it weighs a ton. Mom takes longer. She stares at the paper, jaw working, probably turning over every possible escape and coming up empty. Finally, she signs, her signature pressed hard, almost angry. I stack the papers, tuck them into my portfolio, careful and deliberate. Every page, every signature, every clause. It's all binding them to me now, not the other way around. Payment schedule starts next month. First payments due on the 1st. Don't be late. I stand and smooth my jacket. Almost done. Sophia, your interview's Tuesday at 9. Check your email for the address. Don't miss it. I head for the door. Nobody stops me. Nobody says a thing. My car's still warm from the drive over. I sit behind the wheel and just breathe for a minute. In, out. My chest feels tight, but it's not panic relief, actually. I text Noah 2 words, it's done. I start the engine. The radio comes on classical, something by Bach, all sharp edges and clean lines. I drive home through the late afternoon sun. By the time I pull into my driveway, that tightness in my chest is gone. I don't need their approval. I have their signatures. 6 months later, my dining room feels like someone else's. 8 friends around the table, voices overlapping, laughter bouncing off the walls. Wine glasses catch the light. Noah stands at the head, raising his glass with that lopsided grin that crinkles the corners of his eyes. To boundaries, he says. To chosen family. To living the way we want. I lift my glass. The room answers, a chorus of agreement. These people earned their place here. Sarah, who covered for me during endless depositions. Marcus and his husband, who threw me a last-minute party for my promotion. None of them ever asked me to clean up their messes. No family photos in here anymore. I took those down in February. Now, there's a Colorado mountain from the trip Noah and I took in April, a sunset from San Diego. Our memories. Not relics of obligation. Sarah laughs, pouring more wine. Her roommate leaves dishes in the sink for days. I'm about to lose my mind, she groans. Marcus grins at me. Maybe he should move in with Elena, she's got room. 6 months ago, that would have frozen me. I'd have flashed back to Sophia and Liam, bags in hand, standing in my parents' living room, waiting for me to fix it all. Now, I just laugh. It comes easy. No tightness. Never again. Lesson learned. Everyone laughs and the conversation moves on. They don't know how much I mean it. They don't need to. Later, when everyone's gone and Noah's loading the dishwasher, I tell him about my week. The promotion became official Tuesday. Lead forensic auditor, my own team, my name on the door in brushed metal, $220,000 a year. You earned it, he says, wiping down the counter. And he's right. I did. Not by stepping on anyone else, just by being damn good at what I do. Next morning, Sunday, I'm on the back deck with coffee, my journal open. The city stretches out in front of me, all those buildings glowing in the early light. My phone buzzes once against the wood table. Payment received, $1,800. I glance at it, swipe the notification away without bothering with the details. The Ford Raptor sold back in March. Sophia's been at that receptionist job every day at 8:45, 6 months running. Their payments draft automatically, always the first of the month. They figured out fast, 30 days late, I get the lake house. No arguments, no courtrooms. Just how it is. Coffee's still hot. I write in my journal, finally putting words to thoughts I've carried too long. For 17 years, I was the foundation. That's what they called me. Funny thing about foundations, everything stands on them, but eventually, you build new things and move on. Leave the old stuff behind. I'm not holding anyone up anymore. Now I'm the architect. I get to decide what gets built. I look out at the view. The mortgage here is easy. Retirement accounts untouched. Noah and I are planning Ireland for next spring. None of this would exist if I'd written that check in April. The sliding door opens. Noah steps out, mug in hand, kisses my temple and sinks into the chair beside me. His hand finds mine on the armrest. We sit together in that comfortable quiet that doesn't need words. My phone stays face down. Whatever comes through today can wait. Probably nothing urgent. Margaret barely texts now. When she does, it's just business. Payment confirmed. Sophia got her schedule. Always polite, always distant. Exactly what I want. Inside, through the glass, the shelves are lined with photos, friends at dinner parties, Noah and me on trails, My team at the firm after a big case win. People I chose. People who show up because they actually want to, not for what they can get. The sun gets higher. Somewhere out there, my parents are probably having breakfast. Sophia's likely still asleep, dreading the alarm for another week of work she thinks is beneath her. Liam's out there too, cooking up his next big plan, the one he swears will finally work out. I sip my coffee. I don't feel anything about any of it. The foundation their lives balanced on cracked that Sunday in April. What I've built since then belongs to me. Solid. Unshakable. Exactly the way I want it.